I remember when I first moved to this town about 12 or 13 years ago. One, I never thought I would move off the island. So that was a big thing, leaving the island and moving here. But I lived close to this path that we're walking on. And at the time, this path was like a narrow, single track, rooty, muddy path. And now it's like a gravel highway trail. And I almost never saw people out here. Now I can't come here without seeing people. And the town has changed a lot. If you're familiar with Squamish over the years, you are aware of how much it has changed, but it used to be quiet when I would come here. And now I can't come anywhere in this area for a walk without hearing the sounds of construction and industrialization. The town is growing so fast. There's constant building. And unfortunately, it's really taking away from a lot of the things I loved so much about this place. But there's still lots of things I really do love about it. And this is the first time that I've come back here in years, in many years, probably like 7 or 8 years, that I've come back here and not just felt angry. It took me a long time to come to terms with the changes that I have no control over, and I can't stop them, and there's no stopping them. And unfortunately, this place is kind of being loved to death. I do really miss what once was, but there's no going back. And it feels good to be in a place where I'm getting better at accepting the things I can't control. Thankfully, because dealing with Frank's health is another one of those things that I can't control. I can just accept what is and deal with it the best way possible, and just find a good way to move forward and try to see the positive and make the most of every moment. So I am still waiting to find out what's going on. It's been a week since his procedure, so any day now. All right, bud. Come on. Thank you. You're so cooperative. Thank you. You're such a good camera dog, Frank. Well, after about 10 days of rain and cold and just wetness, dampness, and dark, it is a nice sunny day, and it is so enjoyable. What's very important for me to do on days like this in the fall, in the winter, and early spring is to take advantage of the sun and the breeze by parking somewhere open and opening up all my doors, because what happens is I get a lot of condensation, especially around the back doors, but also in the side. And I want to prevent mold. I am a little bit of a master of mold prevention, having lived in a van in cold, damp climates for almost 9 years now. So part of that is sacrificing sunny days to van maintenance. So we have the doors open. We are not where I would like to be. Speaking of accepting change, we used to spend days like this down at Nexon Beach. It got renamed a few years ago. I honestly can't even tell you what the new name was, but last year when we were here, access was closed because it's being developed. In all the years previous, it was just a huge gravel lot at the ocean front. It was so nice to hang out at and really scenic. Frank loved it. It was his favorite place. So it's pretty disappointing that I can't take him there now. But as we've talked about, things change. Life goes on. So we're making the best of it by hanging out here at the ballpark. It's pretty quiet right now. And I'm going to make a nice tasty sandwich because I am on a big sandwich kick lately.
Some lettuce?
No.
Good morning, precious Frankie.
I'm sorry it's so early. I'm trying to keep the lights low for you. Yeah, boy. Oh, yeah. Good morning. It is early. I do that now, apparently. I've never been like a morning person. It's always been really hard to get up early, and I've always felt very groggy and slow and just like not into it. And then I've always kind of wanted to like be somebody who could enjoy the morning, but like it's really hard to like force yourself to do that without like making your life chaotic. And so I actually like intended to be traveling at this point in time. Like at this time right now, I thought I'd be like on the road and going new places, and that's what I'd been like planning for like months. And then with Frank being sick, and the best thing for him is being here and being still and like having like some consistency in our life and access to medical care and like friends and support, I've just like committed myself to like staying here like mentally and not just like hoping for this deadline of like when we can leave. Like we're just here until it feels right to leave. And so part of my wanting to be up in the morning is to like have slow snuggle time with Frank. So I usually spend like the first hour of the day just making my coffee and snuggling with Frank like before I get out of bed, and then while coffee's making and stuff, and then I just like hang out in the quiet, and then I go to yoga, and then I have like my day. I take like Frank for a walk, like do a bunch of work, like whatever chores I need to do, or like see friends. Like yesterday after airing out my van, I went for a walk with a friend through the forest, and it was so nice. The autumn colors right now, like all the maples, the different types of maples changing. Some of them, their leaves are so like bright golden yellow. It feels like sunshine, which we had sunshine yesterday, which was really nice. But it's just such a beautiful time of year to enjoy, and I really don't want to spend it like in bed sleeping. So My days have been very full and satisfying. And then in the evening, I go to more yoga class because I have like an unlimited membership there. So I go to yoga like every day, once or twice a day. It's been so transformative. I think that's part of like where all my energy is coming from. And then after yoga, I eat like a bit of food and sometimes I do some more work. And then I go to bed at like midnight. I don't even go to bed early. And then I just wake up at 6 and I have like energy all day. It's been such a like wonderful and welcome change, and it makes me so excited for winter to like have these cozy mornings every day and then like get to be like alert and up and enjoying all the daylight hours. So a couple weeks ago, I got this very clear idea in my mind of what it would like look and feel like for me to be a morning person, and why I wanted to become a morning person, especially for this darker season. Once that idea became clear and I kind of like said out loud, well, I said to Frank, but I said I want to be a morning person. The next day I just woke up at 6 a.m. full of energy. I had so much energy and I loved it. And every day now for the past couple of weeks, I've just been waking up early and enjoying a slow, cozy morning with like minimal lighting in the dark. Now we're just enjoying this beautiful morning. I got Frank by my side by the river. It's a little chilly. Like I said, it did freeze last night, but he wanted to get up. As soon as the light started to come, he wanted to get up and come outside. So yeah, we're just having a nice time together. I'm going to install this circuit breaker because about a month ago, when I was on the island visiting my grandparents, I installed my power system. And I had bought all the components last January, and it took that long to get around to installing it because I wanted to finish my renovations, and then I just like, I don't really know what I'm doing. So it took me a lot of thought and contemplation to feel ready to attempt to install it. And I didn't film it because I have no business being anybody that people look to for electrical systems. I don't want anyone thinking I know more than I do and copying me because I'm troubleshooting. So okay, I have been working on this circuit breaker project for hours. I am so frustrated, and I'm really just trying to like stay calm and just like remind myself that no matter like how much hassle this is, someday it will work and it will feel really, really good. So I'm just trying to accept what is, and that is that I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm all on my own trying to figure it out, which is rather difficult. So the first circuit breaker, after changing the wire, it blew within a couple minutes. So I hooked up the second circuit breaker, the new one, and it doesn't work. Like with it closed, current doesn't go through it. So it's just a dud, absolute dud. So I called one of the parts store in town and they had one in stock. So it cost twice as much as the ones off the internet, but it's been going for a couple minutes and it's still going. So fingers crossed. I'm just, I'm gonna wait a few more minutes and then go for a little drive. I can get power for working and stuff like that. Like at my friend's house or at the library, but I need this power system working to run my heater, and there is snow in the forecast in a couple days. It has gone from summer to winter so incredibly fast, and I don't mind being cold, but like I really want Frank to be comfortable, so it's pretty important to me to get this fixed, even though I have a lot of other things I should be doing right now. But yeah, Frank comes first. So I got about 20 minutes of driving and charging. I was so stoked and I thought I had fixed it. And then the breaker tripped. So, yeah, I just like, I don't have the knowledge to deal with this on my own at this point. But I did get enough power to get several days of heat. I know it's not a good thing to just keep resetting a breaker to use it. There's a reason it's going, so that needs to be figured out. It's so cold. Oh, you're so precious. You're such a nice boy. I love you. This is the kind of chaos that most people don't share about van life. But I went to process stickers. And it turned out that my internet signal on my phone wasn't good enough to hotspot to my computer. So I couldn't do that. So I had to plan to come here where there's like public Wi-Fi, which is way better than using data. But since I was driving, I decided to try something else with my power system. So I have it like all opened up, which I haven't dealt with yet because I'm very hungry. So I opened that up. I managed to drive like 10 minutes to the gas station to test the power system and get gas at the cheapest gas station in town. And so I drove all the way there, charging. It worked fine. I turned it off and now it doesn't work again. So I've like actually made it worse almost than it was before. So now I'm here where I can have power to work, but I'm very hungry because it's noon already. And so I need to make food and clean up this mess and just like prepare it for when I find somebody who can help me. And so it's like, yeah, it's just a little chaotic at times and it's fine. I'm not complaining. Obviously, I love living in a van and I'm well suited for this type of like everything. But I'm also like waiting to hear about Frank, which like is a little hard. That's always on the back of my mind. And then of course, because I have a long history here, I can't go anywhere without having conversations with people I know, which is really nice. It's nice to see friendly faces. But everything just takes longer than you expect. Yeah, sandwich time. Got hummus, tofu, lettuce, and I'm gonna just put something on the side of the tofu to like add some flavor and then get to work. Anyways, I put ginger on it. Life can be a little chaotic all the time for everyone in every way of living. Van life just has its own unique forms of chaos. And if you're able to accept that and just go with it, it's a lot easier than, let's try cutting the sandwich. It's a lot easier than if you want it to be different than it is, which is why I always tell people, don't look to social media van life influencers to get an accurate idea of what van life is going to be like, because it's going to be disappointing. It's going to be way harder than you're expecting. It's going to be way less glamorous. And yeah, like, I would say just expect it to be as difficult as normal life, but just different. And you just got to go with it and just accept what is, which is just a big theme in my life right now. Just accepting things as they are and not like hanging on to the desire for them to be different and not like getting bent out of shape that it's not how you want it. Yeah, it's called equanimity, and it's a very, very powerful way of being to embody and move through life with. If you can remain equanimous through the good and the bad, life is just way easier, way calmer, way more peaceful. And sandwiches also really help. Yeah, waiting on hold to deal with some of my personal health stuff. So fun, but yeah, it got pretty cold, so I put the heater on. Frank's happy; he's enjoying a treat. Well, good morning. I have been pretty excited every time I get up early and it's dark out. I just get to have the nicest, coziest morning. But today is extra because I woke up to this view. I knew this was coming. I knew it would happen like in the next few days, but I went for a drive last night after yoga and group meditation and ended up further up the logging road than I really planned to, so I'm at a bit higher elevation than town. And when I parked here, there was a little bit of snow outside, and I was like, probably gonna wake up to more snow tomorrow. And I am! It's so awesome. And I get to test out my new tires. They're not like new, but I got them in the summer, so it's gonna be the first time in the snow. But I was noting on the way up here, because the road is a little steep at times, how great they are compared to my old ones. So yes, very happy with that purchase. And I think it's time to get Frank out there to enjoy the snow. He's been up early with me, chomping at the bit to get out there. I've just been waiting for it to get light out. Hey, buddy. He's so excited. And I'm also very excited. But there are people who in this same situation with the same van, everything else the same, but just a different mindset, would hate this. They would find it miserable. They would have a mental aversion to this experience that would cause them suffering. And a past me would have been that person. But something I've been working on for years, many years, is just accepting things as they are and trying to enjoy life through all the ups and downs, which is what we've been talking about in this episode. And that's really the difference between happiness and contentment. Oh, I love you, Frank. Oh, I'm so precious. You're such a precious boy. Such a precious boy. Thank you. It has been such a week. I took a really slow morning this morning just to cuddle with Frank and like enjoy the warmth under the covers because yeah, it's cold and I've slowly been making my charging system worse trying to fix it. So I had some pretty horrible smoke yesterday. It smelled really bad, and so yeah, I need to just put that whole project aside because it's really frustrating me and I have a lot going on. I've spent all week focusing on the things to be grateful for, and I had some really nice sunny days which were so welcome to like enjoy the warmth of the sun and the fall colors and like really nice like company with my friends. I was expecting to hear something this week. We found the lump in his bladder almost 4 weeks ago, and his procedure was now like more than a week and a half ago. And I really every day this week have just been like waiting like on edge to like get this phone call, and like who knows, maybe it's okay news, maybe it's really bad news. And it didn't come. I talked to the vet yesterday and they don't have the results back that are like the important ones. So I don't know yet what's going on with Frank, and it's been really hard on me. It's exhausting, but I can't do anything about it, so I just have to accept that. And next week it's going to be really cold. I'll probably get some news about Frank. So I hope you enjoyed the wonderful autumn here. I'm sorry I don't have news about Frank. I'm literally filming this the day before this video comes out because that's what my life is like right now. But I have another video in the works that is not a Q&A, but will hopefully answer some of the very common questions I've gotten on my channel over the years. So a little bit mysterious with that. Thank you so much for coming along. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And of course, I have a cute clip of Frank to send you off on your way.